Does your defined contribution plan have an investment strategy? Most don't. At Curcio Webb, we think defined contribution plans should have an investment strategy. I'm Phil Edwards, and I want to talk to you a little bit about developing an investment strategy for your defined contribution plan. Your first question, though, is why the heck do I need an investment strategy for my defined contribution plan? Well, let me give you a simple answer for that. If you have a defined contribution plan that is a better fit for your employees, you'll have better engagement with your employees. They will have a better opportunity to retire, and you can become one of the best places to work. So let me talk to you for a minute about developing the investment strategy. The first stage of that is to look at participant investment behavior, participant demographics. Record keepers are getting better and better about being able to mine participant data, mine employee data, and serve it up in meaningful ways to investment committees and to plan sponsors. And we like to get into that data to understand the participants. More importantly, we like to segment your employee base and determine which set of participants, which set of employees are most likely to benefit from the defined contribution plan. You know, there is no such thing as an average employee, so we like to dig down and look at specific cohorts or segments and understand their investment behavior and understand how they participate and engage with the investment committee. So digging out that data can tell you about how you begin to design your defined contribution plan. If you find that employees are engaging well and are using the investment options that are offered in your defined contribution plan well, then you have an opportunity to offer potentially a relatively wider array of options, some with narrower investment mandates. If, on the other hand, you find that employees are not engaging well and they're not using the investment options very well within the defined contribution plan, then that's probably going to have a tendency to lead you to offer fewer investment options, and each investment option having a broader mandate. The second stage is to think about the investment philosophy that the investment committee wants to have that stands behind the defined contribution plan. There's not very many investment committees that explicitly articulate an investment philosophy. It tends to come out as a result of decisions that are made. But we think it's important to articulate one because that can serve as a guidepost for making decisions down the road. You need to decide about whether you want to offer passive investment strategies that give participants low-cost options but market returns, or whether you want to offer active investment strategies that give participants an opportunity to beat the market and potentially have more wealth at retirement. You need to think about whether you want to focus more on the managed products, the target date funds, the balance funds, the managed accounts, or you want to give equal time to the core menu of the individual investment options. So these are the type of issues that it is useful to think about in advance because it helps the subsequent decisions be made and serves as a guidepost down the road. And then for each of the individual investment options you choose, they need to have a specific role. If you think of the investment options as a portfolio, not everything in a portfolio is there for the same reason. Typically, investment options within a defined contribution plan are spoken of from the absolute return perspective. Did it beat a benchmark? But not every investment option needs to beat a benchmark all the time. Some investment options are there for returns, but other investment options may be there to dampen volatility. Some investment options may need to be there as an inflation hedge, or other sets of investment options may be there as diversifiers. These reasons need to be articulated, and those investment options should be measured against each one of those goals. And then finally, the expertise. ERISA says that you can have a prudent expert help an investment committee, and a lot of investment committees do that. But the type of expertise that is being offered is evolving. And it's evolving in a case where experts are willing to take on more of the decision-making responsibility. If a plan sponsor wants to engage with an expert that's willing to take on more decision-making responsibility, they need to very specifically write down which decisions are being made by the expert and which decisions are being retained by the committee. If you'd like to learn more about developing an investment strategy for your defined contribution plan, I hope you'll reach out to us through our website. Thank you for your time.